Hello to my honors students. I hope you're doing well. I thought it would be easiest just to tell you what's going on for the next 2 weeks rather than putting everything in an email. So here you have it. I want to begin with the outline for this soft close. You're going to have 4 days of, in essence, class periods that you would have with me. And it should take you about 90 minutes to do each of these, just like you were sitting in my class for 90 minutes. You're gonna have about 90 minutes of work for each of these. So let's begin. On this Wednesday, the 18th, you're going to take your third term final, and then there will be a small assignment after that. Now, here's the deal. You have a worksheet that's due with that. It was the workbook, oh, I didn't write it down here. It was pages 79 through 81 and an extra credit assignment. You'll submit those on the 18th and you'll take the test. I have this test open for you from midnight until midnight all day on Wednesday. You'll have 75 minutes and all the details are on Canvas. Then on Friday, we're going to begin a new unit. This is equilibrium. Luckily, basic equilibrium is one of our easier units. I have all the videos posted for you. You'll be good to go. So you have lecture with an assignment, and then on the 25th, that's the following Wednesday, you'll have the next lecture with an assignment, and then you're going to take the Chapter 17 test on Canvas on Friday, and then just a small assignment. From there, we're going to go on spring break. Now, if you have any questions, need any help, we have office hours here at the school for students to come between 8:30 and 12:30. You can come visit me anytime, Monday through Friday. And then, of course, email me anytime, day or night, and I'm really good to respond to my email if you need some help. Now, I have some logistics that I want to talk to you about here. First of all, I am cutting off the scores as of Friday, last Friday, the 13th. I do have just a couple of you that weren't able to get in the last few things on Friday. If you are one of those people, just come visit me during these office hours and you can drop off what you need to. Everybody else, please, will you check your grades and make sure that I haven't made a mistake. So last Friday, I had everything updated. If I'm missing anything, please let me know. Now, I know some of you were really counting on this final exam and the extra credit to help your grade. So what I'm going to do is I will keep everything through the 13th plus the extra credit that you turn in on the 18th. Now remember, the extra credit is totally optional, and the extra credit was pages 77 and 78 in the workbook. For every problem that you do, I'll give you a half point extra credit. Or excuse me, yeah, that's right. For every problem you do, I give you a half point. So if you're interested, if you'd like to do that extra credit, just remember that you're submitting it right here before you take that term final. It'll be due by midnight on Wednesday, and that's the last thing that I'm going to add to third term's grade. Everything else that you see here is we're pushing into fourth term. Now, submissions are going to be made on Canvas, and you'll see links. So go to my calendar, click on the agenda, and you'll see the links. Just click on that. You will need to upload everything as a PDF. So take a picture of your homework. You're then going to download it, copy it into a Word document, and save the Word document as a PDF. I will make a video for you in case you have a question how to do that, to show you how to save pictures ultimately down the road as a PDF. You can work ahead. Don't feel restricted that you can only do these on the day that you need to, that they're assigned, in essence. The only things that are restricted absolutely by time are the tests. You will have to take this test on the 18th. You will have to take this test on the 27th, but you'll have 24 hours to take each of those tests. Everything else, I'm totally fine for you to work ahead. Now, you can't get behind. You still need to turn in your homework on time or else it will be late. Here's the one thing that I wanted to point out. I don't want you to work for completion. Like I have this list and I'm just trying to check off the list as fast as possible. I want you to work for learning, that you really understand this, that you're pushing yourself, asking yourself, do you understand it? If I change this, how would it change the outcome? Predictions justify, yes, this is right. Yes, this is reasonable. So make sure that you're going through the learning process. Since I'm not here with you to ask you questions, you know how I ask you questions to make sure that you're learning. I'm not going to be there. So what are the questions I would be asking you to make sure that you're really learning? So please focus. The goal is not to finish the homework. The goal is to learn. So make sure that you keep that as the goal. Thank you. You may have noticed before that we had an equilibrium lab. I have removed that lab. Since we lost today as our teaching day, I removed the lab, so no lab for this unit. Now, what you can have for these tests. For this test, the term final, I have uploaded a reference sheet. Please print that off so it's in front of you. And then from there is the usual drill. You can have a periodic table, calculator, this reference sheet that you're going to print off, and a scratch piece of paper. You'll have the 75 minutes on the test to do that. And just a word of warning, the questions are all shuffled. So that means that different students at different times would be getting different questions if you happen to take the test at the same time. You can only do one question at a time, and once you submit a question, you cannot go back to it. So be careful on that. And I've put in all of those just for the safety to make sure that everybody's encouraged to be honest. So that's why it is the way it is. But those are the resources you may have for the test. Now, I am going to change the calendar from third term to fourth term Friday afternoon. You can have access to both the third term and the fourth term calendar. What you do is on the left navigation side of the page. So if I'm looking at Canvas on this left-hand side, it says Pages. Click on Pages and you will just look for the 2019-2020 and it will say third term calendar or fourth term calendar. I do recommend after you watch this video, go to those pages, find the fourth term calendar and look at the 4 days of agendas. I'd like you just to kind of have a mental note to plan out what you're doing. I'd like you to see those 4 days. And just be aware, I will officially change the home page to the fourth term calendar on Friday. If for some reason you need to go back to the third term calendar after that, you'll still just go to Pages and you can find that third term calendar. Like I said, please look at those 4 agendas. Now in really learning this, I have several resources for you. Number one, I recommend watch the videos, and I would take notes off of the videos. That's what I recommend. Everything you need, it's in the videos. Now, if you still need some support, you could listen to me lecture, my lecture last year. You can listen to me lecture, and you can also look at student notes from last year. So if you need a little bit more support, then I go to the audio and I go to the notes. And of course, remember, you can always email me or come visit me. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you, just a brief little story. Sir Isaac Newton, very interestingly, went through kind of a similar situation to you. He was in school in London. There was a plague, and so he went to the country, had to leave school and was sequestered so that he would be safe from the sickness. It was in that very quiet winter that he discovered gravity, and he came up with calculus. Why I'm telling you this? You're going to have some quiet in the next 3 weeks by the time, hopefully, we get to see each other again. And in that time, I would encourage you, it's a special time. There is value in dreaming, and you can't be creative and dream unless you relax. So let your heart, your mind relax, absorb this time. I know that we're not interacting with people as much. That's all right. It can be a special time for you. Reflect on things that you've done in the past. Think about what you'd like to do in the future, maybe some vision casting, and then let your mind dream. Big dreams. What would you like to do? Be creative too. Maybe you like to write or paint or draw. Do some of that and let the creativity, things that, because I know you're such great students, you don't have a lot of time to do that now. So let your heart and your mind dream and look toward the future. And you never know what you might discover. It might be as great as gravity. Know that I miss you already. The joy of teaching is being with students. So I miss you. I'm thinking about you. If you need anything, email me, come visit me. And do you know what? It's all going to be okay. I'm not worried. You're going to be totally great. Chemistry, you'll learn what you need to learn. It will all be good. So have a happy day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.